Hey everyone, it's Amber and I'm back today doing another manga haul. So if you saw earlier on this channel, there was a manga haul for February and that was particularly from Barnes & Noble and stuff, and this is one that I got from RightStuf. So the whole reason I got as many books as I did at that time was because this is kind of like a late Christmas gift, I guess. I had ordered multiple figures and there is no like they would release, but then there is no way they can confirm when they'd actually get them in or like when they would ship them. So in the end, I ended up just breaking down and telling the people, I was like, okay, well, I'm totally fine if you will just put that money towards letting me buy books. And in the end, they were fine. So that's what this haul is about today. I've got pretty much books from almost every publisher. So I'm going to start probably with the smaller one and then go on to the titles that have the most. So starting off, this is one of my little catch-ups that I was trying to do so I could finally finish the series. I'd yet to be able to actually read any of the manga because I was missing 2 volumes because I bought this other sets kind of separately. So I have volume 5 of Inuyasha SS, and then I also have volume 11 of Inuyasha SS. So that completes the series for me. Like I said, I've yet to read it. I actually watched the anime first, and I really enjoyed the anime, so I was like, okay, well, I'll pick up the volumes. I think actually when I knew I was going to be buying them, I started reading it, so I'm like on volume 2. Seems like the anime follows it very closely, but I know the later volumes weren't adapted, so it's got pretty good artwork. My it's a little tropey sometimes, but oh my gosh, my favorite is I cannot remember his name to save me. He just makes me laugh. He's that one that's that S&M one. I don't know, especially in the anime, every time he was on the screen, I would just die laughing. So it's an 11 volume series. Like I said, I haven't read it fully, but I've heard really good things from people who have. The characters all seem very likable. It's a little tropey at times, but overall, what I've seen, I've enjoyed. So that's that. So moving on to the next publisher, we're going to do Vertical. I got 3 volumes from Vertical this month, and I thought with getting these 3 volumes I had completed the series, but turns out I was wrong, which I'm kind of fine with. But I have volume 10, 11, and, ooh, look at that glare, 12 of Ajin Demi-Human. So yeah, I thought that I actually had completed the series. Turns out that when I picked up 12, I was like, there's absolutely no way this can end on this. And I looked. There is a volume 13 releasing. I just think that volume 13 is literally releasing like almost end of this year. So part of me wishes that I almost didn't read all of it so early on. Because like I said earlier, especially series that are kind of short and kind of like this one, there's not too much dialogue, like it's not super dialogue heavy. So those series are always really quick for me to read. Usually I like to have all the volumes and kind of just finish it and binge it really fast. But volume 13 doesn't release till like end of this year, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but I've really enjoyed it. I know it has an anime adaptation, but if I'm not mistaken, it's like CG? I don't know. I think I watched like a few minutes of it, and there are, when I watch anime, I like it to be like 2D, not CG, and I could not sit through it. But the manga's really good, so that's all that matters. Me being the smart person I am did not show any artwork, but so it's a little bit more on the gruesome side, but the story's really good. Like I said in another video I did on it, at first I really did not like the main character. I could have cared less if he survived, but he's growing on me, so I like him a little better. So now we're going to move on to Kodansha. So starting with the single volume that I got from Kodansha, I got volume number 4 of Boarding School Juliet. Boarding School Juliet, not maybe the typical thing I'd pick up because it's not like major, but it's a little fan servicey. I don't really particularly care for that, but if it doesn't really affect the overall story and that's not the main focus, I can usually work around it. So I picked up volume 4. The only reason I did, because this is like the only one in this whole haul that was kind of a newer release for this February month. The only reason I picked it up is because for somewhat reason, my Barnes & Noble never has Boarding School Juliet on release day. Usually takes them about a couple weeks, month, usually to get it in. And so I figured while I was making the order, I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get it. So the artwork's pretty good. It had that anime adaptation too this year. And I watched a few episodes of the anime. But it's funny. I think that's the main reason I watch it or read it. It's funny. And the anime was really funny too, actually. So that's that. So continuing on with my Kodansha ones. I have no idea how I'm going to fit this in my 3, but I'll try. So I have volume 2. Let's see. Can I get it? Yeah, there's one. I feel so bad for the people who watch this and don't like me rambling. I'm really sorry. 3. Look at that stocking. And 4 of Parasite. Oh yeah, we made it work. So volumes 2, 3, and 4 of Parasite. I don't think Parasite needs much of an introduction or anything. Like I said before, I kind of do prefer the character designs of the anime over the manga, but that doesn't change the fact that the manga is still really good. I haven't watched the full anime of Parasite, so I watched it to a certain point where someone dies, a certain girl, and she was my favorite character. So I was like, seriously, I should have known when she got so much more screen time that she was going to die. And she did. So that kind of sucked. So I'm just going to pick up the manga, kind of finish the manga, and then probably watch the remaining of Parasite again. I've said it multiple times before in my videos. I prefer to read the manga, read the light novel, then watch the anime. I don't know why, but that's how it's always been. So, and like I said before, the artwork, it's a little gruesome, but, is that going to be a spoiler? I hope not. But, it's not bad artwork. It's just, I prefer the anime style over the manga style. So the Viz Media titles I got in this haul were my playing catch-up ones, trying to get back to kind of semi-decent with the releases. And one of them I did get fully up to the release. The other one, I think I'm like 5 volumes behind. Maybe a few. Not too bad. So, and the one thing I do like about some of these Vizes is Viz tends to be a little bit cheaper. At least the kind of regular size ones tend to be cheaper. And so if I had to play catch up on a series like this, it's not as bad as like Yum Press. Like, it's so hard playing catch up on Yum Press because of how expensive the volumes are. I mean, that really kills me. But if I like the series enough, I make it work. So I have volumes 10, 11, and 12 of Yana of the Dawn. Like I said, this is my kind of playing catch up. I'm going to say I'm 5, probably 5 away from English release. I like the manga. One reason I'm kind of sticking with the manga so much is I watched the anime and really enjoyed the anime, and there's not a second season. So I like the story enough that I kind of wanted to continue on and see what happens to the characters. To be honest, I kind of wish that I hadn't bought these 3 volumes yet because I had these 2 volumes of the manga, I think it's The Dawn of the Arcana, on my shelf, and I just like completely didn't even want to touch them forever, and then I finally picked them up and it was a mistake. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, so I was kind of because I wish that I had, instead of getting these 2 volumes, the Yana the Dom, which there's nothing wrong with the series, it's just not my top priority, I had instead spent the money to get 3 extra volumes of Dawn of the Arcana, but it's whatever. I'm just going to show it from 12. I think, in terms of reading, I'm in the volume 7, 8. Like I said, I watched the anime, so I do kind of know some things that are going to happen. Ooh, I'm really digging that glare, but yeah, there's not much to say about this one. I do like the whole dragon thing. I'm really a fan of fantasy that has dragons. I don't know, I've always been, so that's one thing I do like about the series, is because they do have all that dragon stuff. So for the last kind of group of volumes I'm not certain how I'm going to fit all these in the frame. Like I said, hopefully in the future I'll be able to get a better camera and not have to keep using my phone. That's what I'm hoping for. But so I have volumes 5, 6, 7, and then volume 8 of The Promised Neverland. I said it last haul that I posted on the channel, Promised Neverland was not one that I was really focused on collecting at all or getting. I love the first volume. Could not get through the second and third volume for some reason, a couple months ago, and then I re-picked it up and was like, okay, I need to get all the rest of them. So I did. Yeah, Promised Neverland's not one of those ones that really needs to be introduced. The anime is really good. Actually, my favorite character, and I've loved him since the beginning of the series, before any backstory or anything, is obviously this boy right here, Ray. We must protect Ray. I don't care if you don't like Ray. He's got to make it out alive. I mean, there's a lot of good characters in the story. I'm not saying that, but since the beginning, Ray's been my favorite. And some people that I've got to actually watch the anime, but didn't read the manga, they absolutely hate Ray. And I'm like, no. No, you guys don't realize. So Ray is my favorite one from Promised Neverland, but I'm trying to choose one of the volumes that maybe doesn't, I think this one doesn't have as much. Okay. Has as much spoilers. I feel like if I choose one of the later ones, I'm getting a little bit more into the spoiler. But yeah, I mean, artwork is good on it. My favorite artwork in the world? No. But that doesn't change the fact that it's still a good series. And I like the story a lot. And I like the characters. So that's why I'm sticking around a little bit. So yeah, this was the manga haul video for the recent RightStuf order I had. You can possibly expect another one in the future, depending on how badly or how much I can withstand the urge to buy a certain manga series that is currently on sale. But if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support means so much to me. I honestly thought when I started doing these videos that it would literally be me talking to maybe 2 people that didn't even watch my videos or just were subscribed just to be subscribed or for whatever. So it really means a lot to me when you guys comment on the videos and talk, because literally if I could find someone to talk about anime with in manga, then that would be great, and you would probably hate me for it because I'm pretty, I enjoy it a lot. So thank you guys for all the support, and see you next video.